As the investigation dragged on, the haunting mystery of the boy in the box seemed to grow darker. And still, no one came forward with any meaningful answers. Theories about the boy's identity began to circulate, but with each theory came yet another dead end. One theory led investigators to a foster home not far from where the body had been found. The boy's delicate frame, his lack of family identification, and the JCPenney bassinet box all suggested a connection to a household in need of assistance. Maybe he was part of a troubled family. Perhaps he had been taken in by foster parents. At first, it seemed like a promising lead. Investigators interviewed those who had cared for children in the area. They even spoke to the foster mother of a child who had recently been placed in the home. But after extensive questioning, the connection appeared weak. No match. No missing children from the foster home. The lead fizzled out. And once again, they were left with nothing. Years later, in the early 2000s, a new lead surfaced, a woman named Martha, who came forward with an unsettling confession. She claimed that her mother, an abusive woman, had purchased the boy from his parents in the mid-1950s, taking him into their home to be tortured and neglected. According to Martha, the boy had been subjected to unspeakable cruelty, and in the end, his life was taken by the very woman who had claimed to care for him. Martha's story seemed to make sense at first. The boy had been malnourished, and his hair cut in an unprofessional manner. It fit the narrative of a troubled, abusive home. But as investigators dug deeper into Martha's account, they discovered inconsistencies in her story. Martha's memories were murky, and her story lacked the concrete evidence to support it. Once again, the case hit a wall. No new leads. No closer to the truth. Over the years, more theories emerged. Was the boy's identity tied to organized crime? Had he been abandoned by a desperate mother? Some suggested that he was a child caught up in a horrific family dispute. Others even speculated that he might have been part of a failed adoption or a child taken from a nearby city. Despite countless possibilities, each theory was met with the same unfortunate fate: dead ends. The investigation seemed to spiral, with no clear path forward. Each new theory brought more confusion, more frustration, and fewer answers. The public's obsession with the case only seemed to fuel the investigation, but not in the way detectives had hoped. The media frenzy surrounding the boy's death grew louder by the day. Every headline, every story, every call from a tipster seemed to promise a breakthrough, but it never came. As the years passed, the mystery began to fade from the headlines. Yet the case was far from forgotten. The boy's story lingered in the shadows of law enforcement, an open wound no one could heal. And despite all the theories, all the false leads, one question remained: who was the boy in the box? And then, just when everyone thought the case would never be solved, a shocking twist, a new revelation would surface, sending everything into chaos. But what was it? Who came forward? And could this be the breakthrough that finally answers the question we've all been asking? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because the mystery is far from over. The truth may be closer than we think.